Councilman Johnson.
Joe said he'd sell it to me for $125,000.
That's between you and him.
Councilman Johnson has the floor.
So real quick, I was out there probably about 4 weeks ago. Again, I was out there in 2017 and took pictures, and I reported it to ordinance, and they did violations. So I was out about 4 weeks ago, I think, and I took some pictures, and I made some contacts, I made some calls. I was told that as soon as the ground froze a little bit, they were going to get out there and clean things up. And now I'm expecting something to happen. So I'm going to be going back, because my mother-in-law lives down the street there, and I agree. You know, we got to have the wildlife. I have deer in my backyard. But I've been out to that site numerous times, and I can't tell somebody not to park cars. That's not my job. I can suggest it, but I can't tell them. It's their business. But man, you got to understand, I can't tell them to do that. That's not what I do. It's through the administration. If there's a violation, they get a violation. Even if they get a violation for parking cars, I think they have 7 days to move them. Then they all go to court, and they all get dismissed because they go, well, look, they're not there anymore. So there's a lot of games that can be played, but to think that this council can just make it all go away, we can't. We're trying to help. We don't, it's not that we don't care, but
So how is the gentleman held responsible for the damage he's done to my property?
That's an issue for you too. Have you contacted an attorney? Have you filed a small claims?
I think he has talked to an attorney.
Yeah, you know, that's a route to go too.
All right.
But, you know,
Well,
if somebody's on my property and doing that, we'd be going to court.
all right.
You know?
Well,
but I've been there, and they're supposed to be.
He's threatened us that if anything happens to him, like he's got to go to court or whatever, he's going to
Well,
destroy his property.
I can assure you, he's going to court, because there's numerous violations, and I've been there, and I'll be there again. So I'm expecting something to be cleaned up.
Well, then we expect to hear from council sometime for what's going on with all of it.
I just also like to remark that if somebody does threaten you, that you report that to the Taylor Police Department. Put that on record.
All right.
I got the pictures on my phone from a few weeks ago, so
Okay.
I got the pictures.
Sir.
So.
Thank you.
Does anybody else have any?
Mr. Chairman.
Councilman Ramik?
So it's my understanding then that maybe Madam Clerk can answer this, being she handles the business licenses. So it's my understanding that if you find out that they're running a business there and there is a business being ran, that then you would turn that over to the treasurer, who would have the authority to shut those businesses down. Is that true?
For non-payment of taxes through the chair.
What about running a business?
Running a business illegally, like if they do not have a business license, that would go through the ordinance department.
So the ordinance department, when they are aware of something, do they have a right to shut that location down? So we let them, if we don't shut them down, we let them continue to run a business in this city and not be charged for running a business. So why get a business license?
Mr. Chairman, I can tell you that I've not spoke directly to Mr. Andreasen, but I spoke to Mr. Greco, our Assistant Corp Counsel, and they do have the right to shut them down.
Who does?
Ordinance Department.
Okay. So they could, and they could have, shut them down all this time.
For non-compliance.
And they didn't.
Are we speaking of just a vacant lot?
If it's a business,
Our ordinance does not cover vacant lots for business licenses. They cover structures.
so I can go get a vacant lot, open a business without a structure, and run a business.
Under our current ordinance, yes. Maybe it's time to amend our current ordinance.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, ma'am?
Tricia Latner, 6918 Syracuse. About those permits pulled in 2013, how long are those permits good for? This is 6 years.
Mr. Chairman,
Mayor.
they weren't permits pulled in 2013. They were business license pulled in 2013 to operate a business.
Did they have permits
Yes,
at that time?
they do still currently.
How long are those permits for?
They're not permits, they're business license. They got all the proper approval to run their business accordingly in 2013.
Okay, one more question.
Oh, First Road or?
What does the city get, just taxes from that property? Or do we get a fee for each car that's in that lot? I do know that if I go to, say, a trucking company and park a vehicle there, they charge for that vehicle in that yard. So,
Mr. Chairman, their airport ordinance, I don't remember the exact language. Any city that has airport parking within a 5-mile radius of an airport is governed by the state of Michigan, and there's an airport tax assessed. We are not the governing agency of that, the state of Michigan is.
so we don't get anything but tax
We
money?
do not. We collect tax money, that is correct.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Councilman Ramik.
The number on that is 27% he's supposed to be paying for every car that's parked off that airport and in our city. And you're right, it's not our job to collect those taxes for those locations because from what I understand, nobody knows about it. So the airport authority, in their wisdom, are fully aware of it, and they've done nothing. They hadn't even wanted to even look into all the cars and information we passed on to them. So 27%, I'll just figure it, 27% of 2,500 cars over the holiday, how much money that would be on the average of $6 to $7 a car.
I have
Thank
something.
Mr. Chairman.
I have a comment on that.
Councilwoman Crawford.
That percentage is 7%, and it is split between the city of Romulus and the state of Michigan. How they split it, I don't know, but I absolutely guarantee you your 27% is incorrect.
Well, if it's incorrect, it's still 7% of about $3 million in the last 3 years. What do you think about that?
Mr. Chairman.
But you must think it's okay, because I haven't heard
Please
a
don't
word
put
from
words in
you.
my mouth, sir. I didn't put any
I
in
just
yours.
put them in your mouth because that's what you should
That is
be
not what I
saying.
said. That is absolutely not what I said.
Yes.
Mayor.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. The state and the airport is very well aware of the airport parking because we have had conversations with them. There is another competitor that also does this in Romulus, and he's also very concerned with, any competition. So I can assure you that they're well aware of it, but it's up to them to enforce the collection of it, not us.
And you're right. But it's our job to make sure places that are running illegally, when we have the chance to shut them down, shouldn't we shut them down? But of course, I understand.
Does anybody else have anything tonight? Yes, sir. I'll get to you next, sir.
On Article 28, you voted in 4 council members, but on the sheet it says 3.
Yeah, we made the amendment. It's actually a fourth member decided to go at the last minute.
Oh, okay. And the other thing, I think the plowing in this last storm, they were excellent as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, we appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I did circulate another email communication. They always do a good job, but obviously with this storm, they were well prepared and they did do a good job cleaning the city of Taylor. So thank you for recognizing them.
Sir in the back?
Yes, I'm Michael Stoniak. I live at 23026 North Line. My father purchased the property back in I think 2013. He is a Vietnam vet, and he was always in and out of medical places, nursing homes, hospitals, and the event was in 2015, but he passed away in April of 2016. Well, in 2015, he was ticketed 3 tickets a month, totaling $1,500 a month. That's 18 grand in a year. And as far as I understand, are you aware that's in violation of the 8th Amendment? Excessive fines leading to deprivation of property? Because
Are we talking about is it grass cutting fees?
it was a bunch of stuff. I don't remember exactly. I can get papers on it if I have to come back, but fact of the matter is those taxes were delinquent. They went to Wayne County, and with 18% to this year right now, it is 40 grand. okay, 40 grand. And if that house goes up to auction, I understand that you guys get first dibs, and Wayne County keeps telling me, you guys gotta do something about it. But when I come down here, you guys keep telling me that Wayne County needs to do
If
something
it's
about it.
in Wayne County right now, then it would be Wayne County.
And
Until they offer it up,
Kavanaugh.
the first right of refusal, then the city can decide if
Bill
they want that
Kavanaugh
money.
is the guy that's telling me, he's like assistant to treasury or whatever, to
Okay.
the,
should tell
Eric
Ray
Sabri.
Basham.
He's told me to speak with you guys.
Have you
And
reached
it's
out
back
to?
and forth now for all these years,
Okay.
and I'm getting sick and tired of it. You have violated my father, a Vietnam vet, his Eighth Amendment rights of excessive fines leading to deprivation of property.
Have you reached out to Ray Basham, your county commissioner? He may be able to help you with your county situation. If the house is in foreclosure and it's at Wayne County, then Wayne County, we don't get it until Wayne County offers that under the first right of refusal. And the city decides if they want to take that or not.
What about the Eighth Amendment? Are you not gonna address that? $1,500 a month? 18 grand in a whole year?
Unfortunately, when grass doesn't get cut and all that stuff adds up.
So you can
And
just come
penalties.
on somebody's property and cut their grass and then charge them?
If we have to, yes.
He's a Vietnam
Because all the
vet.
neighbors that live around that, I
He's a
understand that, and I
Vietnam vet.
respect him, and I
He's
thank him for his
in
service.
and out of hospitals and nursing care.
Sir, I'm just telling you, it's in Wayne County right now. Unfortunately, that's what.
Thank you very much.
Mr.
You're
Chair,
welcome.
maybe we,
It's,
I bet you we have
So.
40,000.
okay, does anybody else have anything tonight? Okay, yes, ma'am.
did you get the property address written down?
No, you are fine.
My name is Kathleen